What's up, y'all? My name is Dribble Kenshin. How y'all doing today? So first and foremost, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and enable notifications, because if you guys like this video, you're going to want more content. All right, so chapter 73 of The Promised Neverland. Wow, what a chapter. Be sure to check out V-Punk and I's review of chapter 73. If it's not on the channel already, it will be on the channel as soon as possible. So make sure you check that out and give us your thoughts on the chapter and leave some comments down below in this video as well. So chapter 73, wow. A lot of information, and this video is really going to be talking about the numbers, all right? What are these numbers? What could they possibly mean? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have figured it out, and I want to present this information to you guys. I think this is really something that's going to be groundbreaking, you know, as far as a theory and for this series in the future. If this turns out to be correct, my goodness, all I can do is just give them a standing ovation, because they are really on their stuff. Now, this theory came to me via research because of this particular panel that is on page 11, okay? So there were some numbers, you know, given to us in this chapter, all right? The first one that was given to us was in this project Lambda 7214, right? And then there was another one that Adam gave us at the end, 22194, okay? So this Lambda number though, now in my past education, I've heard Lambda before. I was like, what is Lambda? I know what that is. What is that? So what I did was I looked on Google, you know, and I looked up what it was. So I got to this Wikipedia page and stuff like that, where I scrolled down to the bottom, and, you know, lo and behold, I see some things that caught my attention. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Decimal, hexadecimal. Oh, wait a minute. There could be something here. All right. So as I looked at these things and whatnot, you know, I tried to put in different things. So what happened was, like, I think I put in like those numbers, you know, those first few numbers there. And, you know, for the Lambda part, I put in those numbers. The numbers are 7214, right? And you may be able to see me doing that right now. So if you put in those numbers, right, 7214, and you convert that to hexadecimal, you actually get 1C, 2E. So to me, that kind of was like, whoa, wait a minute. This looks like something that is very familiar, okay? So I was like, wait a minute, this kind of looks how these numbers are set up for these locations. You know, we have location B0632, and we also have location A0863, okay? And, you know, of course, location A is Goldie Pond. All right. So the thing is, though, when I put in those numbers, you may see me doing that on the screen now. When I put them in like via like hexadecimal, like you may see me putting in the B location first, you know, when you see this video. So what you have to do is you basically have to put it in the hexadecimal and convert it into decimal to see what it would give you. So when I did that, you know, I was able to get some numbers, and I found something that was very interesting. So here's the thing. So I put it in there, and I ended up getting 722482. All right. But then I was like, what if I take out that 0? Let's see what would happen then. When I converted, then I got a 5-digit number, 46642. Now this was like, wait a minute. Could this potentially be like a particular person's like number? And so I looked on the Wikipedia page, well, not the Wikipedia page, but the Yoko Shono Neverland wiki. That is the Promised Neverland wiki, you know, yeah. So I looked on there, and I was like, is this anybody's number? You know, because, you know, all the people that are like from Grace Fieldhouse have like this 5-digit number and stuff like that. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute, could this be something? Okay. And then pretty much I did the same thing with location A. You may see that on your screen now. So basically I type it in, and I put the 0 and I leave the 0 in there just to see what I would get, right? And I ended up getting 657507, okay? But when you take out that 0, you would just get 43107, all right? Now, that is another 5-digit number. To me, this is not a coincidence, all right? I'm like, wait a minute, 5-digit number, okay. and I'm looking at this thing forward and backwards. I'm like, does anybody have the number 43107? Does anybody have the number 70134? You know, I'm like, what could this be? Could there be a correlation here? Okay. And I did not find any evidence of that. However, there were some that were kind of close, that looked kind of similar sometimes, but not exactly the same. Okay. But this is where it gets very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. This is the part of the theory where it's like, wow. All right. So using this same logic, I just randomly was like, okay, you know what? Let me use that number that Adam gave us in the chapter, you know, that 22194 number, and let me convert that into hexadecimal. All right. So basically what I did, it was just that. So I was able to, you know, use the decimal number. Like you may see me entering it here. I believe the number was, what was it? 22194, correct? So when we type those numbers in, 22194, we get 56B2. All right. So this is very, very interesting because to me, you have to understand, like, okay, in math, a zero can, like, you know, in certain instances is not needed. Okay. So it doesn't really matter, kind of like a nothing thing. For example, 2.0 is the same thing as just 2. You don't really need the zero there. Very similarly, if you have like 2.120, you really don't need the zero there. I mean, you could have it there, but it doesn't mean anything. So you could easily write it as 2.12. That's exactly the same thing. The zero is not needed. So it does change the value, however, when you're doing these conversions. But I think just for, you know, how this story and whatnot is, like I said, getting those 5-digit numbers when converting those hexadecimal numbers is not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. And if you guys are confused to what hexadecimal is and decimal and all that kind of stuff, basically I'll just look at these definitions for you guys. So Google puts it like this: hexadecimal in mathematics and computing, hexadecimal is a positional numeral system with a radix or base of 16. Okay, and Wikipedia really breaks it down even more. It says in mathematics and computing, hexadecimal, also base 10 or hex, is a positional numeral system, excuse me, with a radix or base of 16. It uses 16 distinct symbols, most often the symbols 0 through 9 to represent values 0 to 9, and A, B, C, D, E, F, or alternatively A, B, C, D, E, F, which is like, you know, uppercase or lowercase, to represent the values 10 to 15. Okay, so hexadecimal is a number system that goes up to 16 digits, but the digits are not all Arabic numbers. Okay, they're Arabic numbers from 0 to 9, and then after that you have the like alphabetical letters and whatnot, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so in this instance, A would represent 10, B would represent 11, so forth and so on until you get to 15. Okay, that's how it pretty much works. All right, and that may even be even more to this theory, but let's just stay on this particular theory's track, okay? Because just hold on, we're going to get there. So basically, this is what happens, guys. I realized something when I put in that number, right? It gave me a location. It seems like the location was, you know, very similar to how it was on these other ones. So, you know, you just take that B and you add like a 0 in front of it, right? It would be B0256. Okay, that could definitely be a location number. All right, and so what is very, very interesting, when I looked at this map, okay, that was given to us a few chapters back, you guys can easily find it, but I have a picture up here for you guys so you can, you know, understand what's really going on. But if you look at that picture, you see, like, you know, the location of Gracefield House is at 00. Then you see the location of, you know, location B, which is of course at, you know, 0632, right? The first number and the first letter and stuff, like, you know, those first set of numbers, the first two numbers represent like, going up and down on the y-axis of this graph, okay? And the second number, you know, usually the bigger number and whatnot is on the x-axis where it is on the particular graph. And when you know, coordinate those location numbers, then that is where like X marks the spot. That's where you're supposed to go. So you see on location B, that is where that shelter was. And very similarly with Goldie Pond, you know, you go up 8 and you go over 63, then there it is, Goldie Pond right there. That's where you're supposed to go. Now, if you do the very same thing with this number, you go up 2, excuse me. Yeah, you go up 2. And then you go over 56. Guys, look very closely at that shape. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a 7-sided shape right there. Okay, that is 7 sides. All right, so 7 sides is exactly what Emma is looking for with the 7 walls. This is a ginormous bombshell and masterful foreshadowing by the author here to have this in the map. And you may be thinking to yourself, how in the world could this be on the map? Well, let me tell you why it is on the map, okay? Minerva essentially made this map, all right? And he is the one who mentioned the 7 walls in this particular chapter to Emma, explaining certain things and whatnot. Now, we were not privy to that information, but Emma was. So William Minerva, aka James Rattree, he knew about the 7 walls. So why would it be something that he would not put on the map? I mean, he put Goldie Pond on the map. Why would he not put the 7 walls on the map? It is right there in plain sight. Those are going to be the coordinates. And I guarantee you, this is what is really, really interesting. Adam is the key. All right. And there's even more evidence to this. If you look at that same panel where Emma looks at the 7 walls and you look at the symbol that's on Adam's chest, they actually look kind of similar. There's a particular part of that picture where you see like a white looking background. You see these like almost these gray shaded shapes in this thing and whatnot. And if you look on Adam's symbol, it looks kind of similar, you know. Now, this is like a hologram, maybe it's like a bad angle, and they were trying to maybe hide some different things, you know, so it wouldn't just be, you know, out in the open for us to understand these things. But it is definitely there, and you definitely see it. And it's something that is very, very interesting because this is something that is just, oh my goodness, my mind was blown when I saw this. I was like, wow, this could really be the next location. So I believe that Adam, you know, him being the gatekeeper and whatnot, and him only knowing that number, Adam may not know where the 7 walls is, but maybe he was kind of programmed to just remember that number. And so if somebody ever came up on that information, he would then be able to tell them, you know, the location in a different way. That being telling them in decimal, okay, and then having the people convert it to hexadecimal so that they can actually get the location number, and that location number would be B0256. All right, so I'm guaranteeing y'all right now that's going to be the next location. And you guys may be like, well, why in the world they use hexadecimal and stuff like that, Dribble? Why would they do that? Well, look, like I said in the definition, right, like how the definition says about, you know, hexadecimal, computing, technology. Have we not seen great technology in this series already? So why would they not use, you know, something that is technology based like hexadecimal? To me, it's like perfect. It's a perfect matching to this particular theme and what's going on in this manga. Even more so, I think that the 7 walls may actually represent a particular plantation. I mean, given that we have these plantations that, you know, the high grade ones, you know, Goodwill Ridge, Grand Valley, you know, Gracefield House, and the last one escapes me, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Since we have those 4 locations, that are, you know, these other ways to get to the human world, I think that one of these locations, instead of it being a hexagon shape, is going to be a 7-sided shape. Okay, now that 7-sided shape does have a particular name. You'll see it on the screen right now, but I think that that is going to be something, and I think that maybe, you know, Musica knew about this particular farm and knew about, like, you know, it having, you know, some type of, you know, way to get to the human world or something like that. Did she know about the other, you know, portals, so to speak, the other ways to get to the human world in the other farms? Maybe, maybe not, but she may have for sure known about this one particular farm, and that's why she was saying look for the 7 walls. All right, because if you look at the way these, you know, plantations are made, at least the one that we've seen so far, Grace Field House, they have huge walls, these huge walls that go like down into this like moat like type of thing. It's not even a moat, we don't know what's down at the bottom, but it's like a cliff. It's just these huge walls, right? And there's 6 of them. So apparently there may be one that has 7. So yeah, so that's pretty much the whole theory. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this. I mean, I was pretty much mind blown when I found out this information. Hopefully I blew your guys' mind too. Let me know in the comments, like I said. And if you guys like this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe. I'm be doing more videos like this. Check out the other videos on the channel. You may enjoy those as well. If you dislike this video, leave a dislike. It is what it is. But let me know in the comments what I need to improve on. Like I usually say, if life gets you down, get back up. Continue to progress and never give up. Try to have a great day.